On this video, I am reading the Greek text of Matthew chapter 2, beginning at verse 13, going down to verse 15. Reading it and doing some grammar along with a running commentary. Anakoresanton de auton. And when they had departed. Here we have a genitive absolute and anakoreo, to depart. When they had departed, that is the Magi. And here we have from anakoreo the aorist participle, genitive plural, from anakoreo. So when they had departed, edu angelas kuria phainetai kat anarto Yosef legon. Behold, the angel of the Lord appears in a dream to Joseph, saying, phainetai is your present indicative middle third person singular from phaino or phainomai, to appear. Legon is your present participle nominative masculine singular from lego. And notice the angel says, egerthes parelave ta pardion kai tein matera autu kai fuga eis aiguptan kai isti ake haos on apo soy. Arise and take the child and his mother and flee unto Egypt and be there until I tell you, until I say to you. Notice here the angel says agerthes. Agerthes is an aorist passive participle from agero, and it's used imperatively here. And we have the same thing in the Great Commission. Go and disciple all nations. The same kind of a construction, which is interesting, paruthentes un mathetusate, go and disciple. So the aorist passive participle is used here in Matthew in an imperative way. So arise and go. Arise and take. Parelave is the aorist indicative active third person singular from paralambano. Take the child and his mother and fuga, flee into Egypt, from fugo, imperative present imperative second person singular, until and be there, kai iste eke chaos on apo, and be there until I tell you. Iste is from emi. It is the imperative second person singular from emi. So be there until I say to you. Apo is from lego. It's the aorist subjunctive first person singular, until I say to you. For, until I tell you, melegar Herodes zetain ta paidion tu apalesai alta. For Herod is about to seek the child, to destroy it, or to kill it, to destroy it. Notice mele is your present indicative active third person singular from melo. Herod is about. Zetain is your present active infinitive from zeteo, to seek the child. To apalumi is the root to, or is the verb here, to destroy. This is the aorist active infinitive from apalumi, to destroy it, to destroy the child. Hade agerthes parelaven ta paidion kaitain metera autu, nuktas kai enekoresin eis aiguptan. And he, arising, took the child and his mother by night and departed into Egypt. Notice Joseph arising, egerathes, is your aorist participle nominative masculine singular from agero. So he arising took, parelaven is from paralambano, the aorist indicative active, third person singular, took the child and his mother of night. Here's a genitive of time, by night, and anekoresin eis aiguptan, and he departed unto Egypt. Anakoresin is from anakoreo, aorist indicative active, third person singular, from anakoreo, departed unto Egypt. Kai ein eke haos, tes tilutes herodu, and he was there until the death of Herod. Ein is your imperfect indicative active, third person singular from ami. He was there until the death of Herod. Hena plerothe tachrethen hupa curio diatu prophetu legantes. In order that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the Lord through the prophet, saying, Hena is showing a result clause in order that it might be fulfilled from plerao, the aorist indicative or the aorist subjunctive passive from plerao. Lutho, luthes, luthe. So the aorist subjunctive passive third person singular from plerao again, that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken from lego, the aorist passive, which was spoken by the Lord, diatu prophetu, to the prophet, or through the prophet, saying, legantas is your present participle genitive singular, masculine singular from lego, saying, ex aiguptu ekalasa tan huyanmu. Out of Egypt I called my son. Ekalasa is the aorist indicative active, first person singular from kaleo. And here is a quote in verse 15 here from Hosea 11:1. Historically, it was Israel being called out of Egypt as we look at the text, but it's now applied to Jesus, who is like the final Israel, representative of the climactic Israel being called out of Egypt. At least that seems to be the use that Matthew is making of Hosea 11:1. A typical use, sort of like with a double fulfillment, as Israel was called out of Egypt at one level, so the final representation of Israel is now being called out of Egypt in Jesus, the Messiah.